like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh.
Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
SOS. Charlie. Someone left Charlie. 10. Under 10. 10. Watch twist. Watch twist. Check nickel.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll set up a throw. This one into the hands of Burton.
I got you, boy.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards on the pickup.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You better be afraid of me. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Back north. Jim. Slam. Kill. Right there.
It's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
Green 18. 44. 3 bud. Check 30. Check 31. Hey, switch gear. Right now. You got 58. Check. Crunch. Whip. Watch the whip.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. No. Off. Out. Plant. It's mine. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Yeah, live. Let's get off the field, team.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
They're on 15-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game. Oh, Cohen lost the football.
You ain't going nowhere.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 50.
2nd and 9 now. They'll find Miller. That's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. throw here. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
Bears first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for Chicago.
First down, Bears.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
50 to mud, 50 to mud. Switch out, switch out. Check safety, check safety.
Now back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Looking deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen, and he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Looking to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this is where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft. Free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Inside. Tighten up. Check. Run right. Do. Wide left. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Okay, over here. Under pressure.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Kill.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
They've got Mike T right here, guys. Mike T. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Hardman. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
They'll look to throw here. This is Miller, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They've got Mike T right here, guys. Mike T. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They're going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. We ain't giving him nothing.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go.
2nd and 1. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
44, Mike, 44. Watch the pass.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Oh, always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll look to throw. He finds Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll set up a throw. That is caught by Cohen. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And he completes it to Cohen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Get 300! Get 300! Hey! High 7! Chip! Check the call,
Snap comes at 1. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Follow the mic. Jump out. You. Hey, Zoo.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. They'll try and throw for it. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the safety creep. Check. Fresno. Safe. Hey, check 26. We are going.
Rodgers will try again on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point up and through. And this is back to an 8-point game. Back now at Lambeau, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second and 5. It's caught. It's Miller. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Back to throw here. He's got Burton here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run on first down. It's Cohen. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Second and 9 now. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They try again with Cohen. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Mecole Hardman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 44, Mike.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Packers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Football's to Mike. Mike's football. 6-6. Pull it high. Check out.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
First and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the twist. Watch.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
They should have known. They should have known, baby.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And